We are on to day number 1, game number 5 of the Paul Loggan Memorial Invitational here on the ISC Sports Network. And a couple of really good teams, one that is ranked in the state, one that is trying to get the attention of those around the state. Number 5, Pike takes on Lake Central in our second boys game of 3 today. Today's contest is brought to us by the Paul Loggan Foundation, honoring Coach Logan's legacy and bringing our community together. Alongside Hall of Famer Dave Nicholson, my name is Greg Rakestraw. Thanks for joining us from North Central High School here on the ISC Sports Network. And Dave, you and I were chatting before the contest. There's not much that separates the best teams in the state of Indiana this year. It's a very kind of crowded field, a top 4A. I think on their best day, Pike may have more than anybody else. I know it's your first chance to watch them this season. What are you kind of looking for Jeff Teague's teams today?
Well, both teams really defend well, apparently. Lake Central gives up 40 points a game, and Pike only gives up 57, whereas they score 64 and 72. So it's going to be a defensive battle. I think it's a great challenge and they feel like it's a good opportunity. Lake Central, I'm talking about. Coach Sexton said he was really delighted to get to come down here. He wanted to play the best. Well, as you just said, he might be playing the best, at least. See, depends on how it shakes out the rest of the season, but Pike has potential unlimited.
Lake Central is 6-0. Nobody has scored more than 52 points on them, and 4 teams they have played have scored 39 or less. For Lake Central, their strength of schedule so far is 196. So this is a find-out sort of week. And obviously the team that is in their own backyard that they got to figure out is Crown Point, a team that you and I saw last Tuesday.
Excellent ball club.
On their way to the Hall of Fame Classic Championship in Newcastle. Lake Central gets the joy or the problem of playing them last in the Tournament Athletic Conference. They won't see them February the 20th. Again, Lake Central plays Pike and Carmel today and tomorrow, 2 of the top 10 teams in the state. We will find out about the Lake Central Indians as of today. Last year they went 9-14. They played in this event. They lost twice in the midst of a 9-game losing streak. Obviously, this is a different squad for Lake Central this year. Noah Enyart is their leading scorer at 6'3", a senior, 18 points and 9 rebounds a game. But again, I'll reference he is 6'3". He will face one of the best defensive prospects in the country in 6'11" junior Isaiah Hill. 8 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 blocks a game.
That's going to be a major factor to rebound with Pike. Pike simply has so much size. It's 6'11", 6'6", 6'6". And if they are aggressive, they're going to be tough to rebound against. So I think that's a very valid point. And Lake Central, in talking to Coach Sexton, they think they need to really defend the paint. Obviously, that's going against the size again. And it's going to be war on the boards because he said they know they've got to fight, really scratch and claw to get every rebound they can. And he feels like they've had a tendency to turn it over a little bit lately, and he values the basketball.
Starting lineups for the Pike Red Devils: Jahari Miller, Isaiah Hill, Colin Washington, Aiden Woods, and Brendan Dokes. All those players back from Pike a season ago. You will see both Landon Lampley and Kenneth Lampley, with the transfers in from Lawrence Central, come off the bench. Evan Geller gets the nod as the starting center for Lake Central. Jacob Billmeyer, Noah Enyart, part of the starting 5. David Aguilera and Cooper Chronic rounding out the starting 5 for Ryan Sexton's Lake Central Indians. And Geller realizing, I'm not winning that fight. I'm going the other end. Pike gets the uncontested opening tip-off, and game number 5 is underway. Run the oop.
Little back screen.
And you can't do that. You can brace yourself to make sure you don't fall as Miller immediately slips, but basket interference wave off the bucket.
Nice little back screen there to open the game up, and wasn't able to finish it.
That still sends a message to the other team, though, that you're playing above the rim in this one. And Lake Central has been a frequent visitor to this tournament to play some of the top teams in the state. It's the reason they make the trip down.
Pike come out in a man-to-man, and that might be interesting to see if they get Hill to come out on the court and get that 6'11" frame away from the rim.
Lake Central averaging 64 points a game. And a turnover committed by the Indians. They averaged 12 of those a contest.
Both teams are pretty selfish with the basketball. I've got Pike with only 11 turnovers a ball game. I always felt if you could get 10, it's wonderful. You'll give that.
Dokes gets the starting nod at the power forward opposite Hill. Dokes averaging 4 points and 5 rebounds a game. Here's Miller. Miller on the take and score it. Jahari Miller, 16 points, 4 rebounds a game, and a 49% three-point shooter. Gets Pike on the board, 70 seconds in. Tempo has to be controlled by Lake Central. The slip to Geller. Good recognition. Enyart past Dokes, but again, there's Hill waiting on him. Geller pick and pop three, no. Dokes, can he save it? No, he stepped out of bounds. It'll remain Lake Central basketball.
You saw the influence of the size of Pike. Geller got the ball right on the block. He looked around and he said, no, not this time when there's 6'11" and 6'6" standing there.
Geller does a lot of little things well, not just 5 points and 5 rebounds a game, but 3.5 assists. As a 5, that catches your attention. Taking an Enyart up and under around Hill and not going to work. Nope. Hill, part of this group that has grown together at Pike. 2 years ago was their first losing season in 28 years, but that group played a lot of freshmen and sophomores. Last year, 12 wins for Pike. Steal by Pike, but can they recover in time? No. Out of bounds to Lake Central.
Good effort, correct call. Wasn't able to catch up with the pass. Pike kind of extending their defense, putting a little pressure in the backcourt.
And it behooves them to try to speed up Lake Central a bit today. Pull up three, no. Bill Meyer nearly got it, and that was knocked away by Lake Central. It'll remain Pike basketball.
It's going to be interesting how Lake Central attacks. I'm sure they've faced superior height in opponents, but not this kind of, and they're just forced to play outside.
Pull up three by Miller, no. Dokes could not corral the loose ball and saved to David Aguilera. This Pike team will go 9 or 10 deep. You would think Lake Central probably in the 7 or 8 range. Again, inside out is the way to go. The three does go. Enyart got it to go. It's an early lead for Lake Central. Near steal by the Indians. Pike has not played in 13 days. They last played Center Grove, beat them by 17. Frankly, Pike has not played maybe their top-end schedule just yet. That's going to be a foul against Lake Central. And a timeout taken. See if it's a full or a 30. It is a 30. We'll keep it right here. This 30-second timeout presented by the Paul Loggan Foundation, which continues to give back to Washington Township on providing valuable resources to all athletic teams, which is dedicated to supporting student athletes and enhancing athletic opportunities across the district. Again, you are watching the 6th consecutive playing of the Paul Loggan Memorial Invitational, honoring Coach Logan's legacy and bringing our community together. Look at the Paul Loggan Fieldhouse, which is located just south of the gymnasium here. We lost Paul in the spring of 2020. But that legacy will live on forever here at North Central High School.
He absolutely was well respected. I believe the football field is named after him as well. And the name was on the outside of this building.
Yeah, family was given the option of, okay, what facility do you want to be named in Paul's honor? And they said the field house because everybody will use it. Hill, a bubble, a recovery, and a stare down to the rim. Hill, the 3rd leading scorer. And here comes the first wave of substitutes for Pike. And they're on the all-airport team, just the guys on the bench.
Lake Central is looking for the perimeter shot, and they're going to have to make some threes. They shoot it at the rate of 38% as a team from behind the line.
Good quick hands. camping in the corner, waiting for the pass. Three does not go, and Geller does a good job of kind of keeping Hill at bay. Three was taken and missed by Aiden Woods, who was 3 of 7 from three-point range on the season. Last time we saw Pike, they were playing Louisville Male. That was in the Sneakers for Santa event at Brownsburg back in early December. The jump hook is good. Well done by Geller.
Absolutely well done. He blocked up, didn't rush it, extended it so the defender couldn't block it.
Hill's three does not go. He'll take a few of those. All knocked away, and again, here comes the second wave for Pike. The brothers Lampley, Landon, the 6'6 sophomore, Kenneth, the 6'7 junior, who again played briefly at Lawrence Central last year. And then TJ Davis, a 5'7 senior, comes in. There are 12 in uniform for Pike. Any and all of them might play.
Just not many teams that brings in a 6'6", 2 of them off the bench.
Miller with the miss. Quick glance, looks like 11 in uniform for Pike today. The pull from outside of the free throw line does not go. And saving the rebound was Miller. Credit Lake Central for slowing down Pike offensively. The slip to Lampley. Good sharing of the basketball. Hill again and misses everything. Enyart, tough shot. And Pike will look to get out and run the ball, but again, credit Lake Central. You can also tell Pike it's been 13 days since they last played.
That was the right idea, but as tall as Pike is, it's pretty tough to throw it that far over their head.
First Pike turnover. Loose ball. Lake Central able to track it down. And if you're Lake Central, no need to be in a hurry. Just keep running your offense. The lower scoring this game is, the better. There is a steal by Miller. Miller looking for contact the entire time. Will he get credit for getting airborne? We'll find out. If so, he'll shoot 2. Two shots coming up for Miller, who is 16 of 19 on the season. Enyart commits the foul. Carmel Greyhounds just rolling in. They got the late game tonight. They will take on Jeffersonville. And a reminder, that game can also be seen on My Indy TV 23 with coverage beginning at 6:30.
Miller's leading scorer, of course, for Pike. He hits his free throws at 84%. Pretty good outside shooter. He's just a good player.
This is the second, does Miller.
Here's the length, trying to put a full court press on. If you get that ball in coffin corner there at the 10-second line, it's real difficult to pass against anybody, but when you give up that much size, it's going to be tough to break.
Pike gets the steal, but couldn't convert at the other end, and Jacob Billmeyer, second leading scorer for LC, got that to go. And the Indians holding their own so far.
You got to think Pike is okay. You know, stay close.
Buckets like that would help, but Davis misses, and that was with no one within 10 feet of him. Right now, the rim is playing phenomenal defense on Pike.
Requires a lot of discipline when the team comes out and just so patient when you're used to going up and down, and Pike is usually going up and down. They're scoring at the rate of 72 points a game, so it takes a lot of mental toughness to be patient. The worst thing you can do against a slow down team is to hurry down and take a bad shot.
Good recognition by Lake Central by Enyart, realizing he didn't have one of the bigs on him. That was the time he had the chance to go for the mismatch. And Enyart, a 74% free throw shooter, hits it. For Pike, Ian Macon will check in, a 6-foot senior. Going to give Hill his first breather. Missed that one. As a team, Lake Central 70% from the line. Lampley. Contact not enough for a whistle, and Lampley hits the fade. Kenneth averaging 7 points a game. His brother Landon averaging just shy of 15. Loose ball and a foul against Geller. Fourth Lake Central turnover.
When you're faced with what Lake Central is talent-wise, you can't afford to have turnovers. I know they don't turn over much coming into this ballgame per season, but it's really important tonight because they may not get too many touches. Low possession game.
Lampley gets downhill. He'll turn and fade and connect. Can you tell that both of them work on the same move as they hit him in back-to-back trips down the floor? Made bucket allows Pike to set up their full court pressure. Geller does enough to get into the front court. Coach Sexton preaching patience to his ball club. It's a senior-dominated team for Lake Central. Overcame a rough year last year. Can Lampley get there in time? No. Macon does. Lampley stepped through and put it up and in. 6 quick points by Pike. They got a 3-point lead. Pike has a couple of fouls to work with. 3 in the corner for Lake Central, does not go. Rebound, Miller's got time. 2, 1. Lampley got fouled. That's a foul. 2 free throws are coming up. He got to the rim before the whistle blew. Shows you the great closing speed that Lampley has at 6'6". He'll shoot 2 free throws with no time on the clock.
Did a great job of getting the ball up court with 3 seconds on the clock. They not only filled the lanes, they got a nice layup look. End results, a couple of free throws.
Lampley leaves that one short, but the last 7 points of the quarter belong to the Pike Red Devils. And they'll take a 12-8 lead to quarter number 2. As you're watching the Paul Loggan Memorial Invitational right here on the ISC Sports Network. McCulling in time. Oh, no! It's good.
This one is good.
There you go.
Wow, Dawson makes a great catch.
Spin, win, 3, bury it for Leland Walker.
Tie the game they do with the dunk by Malik Edmonds. What a play.
Oh my goodness.
I feel a little momentum starting to fall Ellen's way.
That is Wrestler! Wrestler! Whoa!
Many thanks to Vince Morellas and Carlos Alarcon for their hard work all day long. We'll do it again tomorrow on the ISC Sports Network. Again, the order of games is reversed tomorrow. The boys' games start first tomorrow morning. Girls' games then go last. So, in fact, Pike will turn around and play Park Tudor tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Greg Rakestraw, Dave Nicholson with you. Dave, your thoughts on quarter number 1?
Well, I think what we expected, that Lake Central was going to have a tough time getting quality looks, and that has been true. They've tried to be very patient, but Pike is able to open up a slight lead at 4 points, but the tempo of the game favors Lake Central.
Rashid Shamsuddin is in now for Lake Central. Christian Martinez had checked in as well. We thought we would see 7 to 8 for Lake Central. We'll see 9 or more for Pike. Trying to isolate Enyart, let him go to work. Draws the double team and finds Bill Meyer. Penetrating pitch, and again, just a sea of hands to play through from Pike. Macon, who touched it last, Lake Central did. 6 Lake Central turnovers, just 2 so far against the Red Devils.
Lake Central has done a nice job of working the basketball and getting it where they want it, but the height of the game is a real factor.
Lampley's jump shot left short. Pike as a team shooting 49% from the floor on the season. An offense a bit sluggish. Still a 4-point lead. The backdoor cut. Shot blocker was there, and Lampley altered the shot. And then Pike throws it away.
Now that last play was an example for Lake Central doing everything well. They run a nice backdoor cut, but when you get to the rim, the defender's waiting there, and the defender can be one of 3 or 4 guys that are over 6'6".
Another steal by Pike. Lampley in the open court. Nice
Excellent
find.
pass.
Ian Macon gets the layup and a timeout taken by Lake Central. Make it 9 in a row by Pike. Get a 30-second timeout, which means we will keep it right here.
I don't think you change your philosophy because obviously if Lake Central goes up and down, they're going to finish second. So I still think they have to be patient. I know they're down 6 points, and I think it's a good timeout by Coach Sexton to say, hey, stay with our game plan. It's a little different tonight than what it normally is, but we've got to stay with it in order to compete against Pike.
Pike checks in number 5 in the USA Today poll, number 3 in the coaches poll, number 10 in the Sagarin rating. Again, that number is going to go up because of who they are playing in the near future. Lake Central not ranked in either poll. Sagarin has them at 42. Lake Central's wins: Hanover Central, Gary, Westside, Culver Academy, Griffith, Hammond, Morton, and Munster.
Comes a little half-court trap by Pike.
Tim Smith in there for the first time, 6'4" sophomore. Enyart didn't realize he was open, and then he got it to go. Enyart with 6. First points of the quarter for Lake Central. First points in a while for Lake Central. The 3 on the wing, no.
Got the bump, picked up the personal foul.
Tim Smith commits the foul. Dokes will check back in, as will Woods, as will Washington. Again, if you're in uniform for Pike, you're probably going to get in the game. After a breather, Geller will check back in for Lake Central. We'll give Bill Myler a quick chance for a break.
Another big body for Pike is Stokes, who just came in the ball game, a 6'5" senior, and he has some weight.
Catch and shoot 3 does not go. And Macon skies for the rebound. Lampley getting downhill and got fouled. And we'll see if it's on the way up or on the floor. I think it's the latter.
Nice job of the Lampley. That was Kenneth Lampley, the 6'6" junior, but he put it on the floor and made a real nice drive.
So they will give Lampley free throws. Kenneth has not been there very often this year. Just 3 of 6 from the line. He had to sit the first 3 games of this season. He basically played a similar time window at LC last year. And again, older sisters at LC, obviously oldest sister down at Mississippi State. Next closest sister in age going to be at LSU next year, and mom, the girls basketball coach at Lawrence Central. Made 1, missed 1. So Lampley with 3, and it's a 5-point game.
Want to stay out of that corner. There at the 10-second line and the sideline. I always called it the coffin corner. I used to tape off a 3-foot square area and say, do not, we don't want the ball in that area. You've got the sideline, the 10-second line, and 2 defenders. It's a difficult thing when you get there. Cross that 10-second line where that Panther's painted on the floor. In the middle, then you go left to right. You're not trapped.
Man-to-man here by Lake Central. Lampley turns the corner and gets downhill. Does not take long for he and Landon to go from the top of the key to right in front of the rim.
1 step.
Yep. This midcourt trap has worked well for Pike. Lake Central now sitting on 8 turnovers. Deep 3 for Lake Central does not go. And that's going to be a held ball, which points the way of Pike. Good job to rebound down from the guard spot by Aiden Woods.
Lake Central has had success in getting the ball into the free throw lane area, and Geller may have to take that shot. He's open there. He doesn't seem to feel comfortable, but he's wide open.
Colin Bo Washington, 5'10" junior, 6.5 points, 2.5 rebounds a game. And again, the guards from Pike, and I mean this as a compliment, can play out there, your hair's on fire. There's 4 or 5 of them. In other words, you can just kind of go knowing if you need to rest, somebody's there to sub in for you. Washington now 12 of 17 from the line on the season. 6 different players to score for Pike, and all of a sudden, Dave, it's an 8-point Pike lead.
And that's the worst thing can happen, because catching up is going to be tough against the Red Devils. They have too much talent, too much depth, obviously. They've used everybody but the manager already. So they're going to have fresh legs all night. They have the size. And you mentioned up front, if they work hard and come together as a team, they're going to be one of the best, if not the best.
And the 6'11" guy just checked back in, by the way. Another steal by Pike. Off to the races go the Red Devils. Washington got fouled by Aguilera. And Washington back to the free throw line. And it's easier said than done. I'll acknowledge what you can't do is keep sending Pike to the line. These are now free throws 9 and 10. Although they'll actually say that it was on the floor. Wave off the shots. Three in the corner. No for Dokes. Pike is a team 39% from three-point range. They make 7 threes a game. Foul called. That'll be Woods that got caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
If you're running a trap, coach tells you to get your hands up high and moving. Do not foul, because the referees have eyes. If there's 2-on-1, they pick it up if you catch an arm. It's a difficult thing. You're not really trying to steal the ball from the guy. You're trying to intercept the next pass.
And Hill is in everybody's minds for Lake Central. Aguilera steps in the sideline, out of bounds to Pike. And there's just so few players you will play against at this level that you got to be cognizant of him around the rim, and on every shot, Hill's one of those kids for Pike.
Absolutely. He's a defender in there. He's showing the ability to go out on the court and defend. I think he's got a great upside.
Miller got fouled, and it should be on a 3, and it will be. Aguilera commits the foul. It'll be his second. And Jahari Miller, 1 of 2 from the line, will shoot 3. Pikes wins Franklin Central, Hamilton Southeastern, Louisville Male, Gary 21st Century, and Center Grove. And this is just their 5th game against a school from the state of Indiana. No more out-of-state games on the calendar for the Red Devils. And Pike fans, you're going to see us a lot on ISC in February. There is a chance that we have all 6 Pike games in the last month of the year. Part of that is because they play all 5 of their league games in the month of February.
Conference games. And I would think the fans would enjoy watching this ball club.
Also could easily see them in the Marion County tournament. They will open up with Brebeuf in the round of 16. Lead now 11. The scoop and score by Geller, his second field goal. Just the second bucket of the quarter. 4 minutes in for Lake Central.
Very nice job that time of attacking that 1-3-1 half-court trap. Leonard found the high-low.
Deep 3, Miller got it to go. First made 3 by Pike. And if that starts to go, look out. Nice basket cut by Enyart, and scores it.
The last 2 times, the Lakers Indians have done a great job of attacking that half-court press. They get the ball in the middle, they run a little high-low, and as soon as the ball is passed, the guy on the other side basket cuts, ends up getting an easy basket.
Full timeout taken by Pike. Let's take it with them. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching the Paul Loggan Memorial Invitational right here on ISC. And gets the highlights.
Now he takes the look away, and he puts it away.
In this one of two games you can catch currently on the ISC Sports Network, a great one taking place in Kokomo. South Bend Riley leading New Haven 55-54 as that game is counting down. It is in the quarterfinal of the Phil Cox Memorial Tournament in Kokomo. Greg Rakestraw, Dave Nicholson with you here on the ISC Sports Network. Again, Lake Central starting to find their footing against Pike's zone trap defense. Pike will go with their longest and most athletic lineup. The Lampley brothers, Isaiah Hill, Jahari Miller, and Bo Washington. And Lake Central coming in at 6-0. Washington up and over everybody, and the smallest guy on the floor gets it done for Pike. 26-14 in favor of the Red Devils. Like Geller's game so far for Lake Central. Catch and shoot three, no. And frankly, that's a shot that has to go for Lake Central. Lampley, great hustle.
Missed a teammate sprinting up the left side of the court that time.
Fourth turnover.
Should have made the Leeds pass. It's not a problem when you got that much talent on a team, but everybody's got to be team oriented, and they've got to be willing passers. Not see a guy and say, well, maybe I pass, maybe I won't. It's just got to be a reaction type thing. And that's what makes a good team a great team, when they come together and share everything.
Blocking foul against Washington. Third team foul against Pike of the quarter. Lake Central attempted just 2 free throws so far, making 1. Bill Meyer just lost the handle. Again, this is a Lake Central team that averages 12 turnovers a game. They've got 10 right now.
Well, Coach Sexton said he wanted to come down and test his ball club. And a good point there. Anything that works against Pike is going to work against anybody else on the schedule. Use that as a learning situation.
Lampley got it. Found the range. Used the volleyball term. It's kind of an out of system shot, but he got it to go. And Lake Central will play Carmel tomorrow. The Carmel staff is here. They play Pike on January the 23rd, so they're getting their money's worth in terms of a scout right now. Of course, that's a game you can also see on ISC. Pike at Carmel, January 23rd. So the Red Devils doubling up the Indians.
Probably need to go inside outside. They did just now.
Backdoor cut and score it. David Aguilera gets his first field goal.
Good patience, well done.
And that's going to be a screen violation on Hill, which then sent the Lake Central defender into Miller. Foul against Isaiah Hill is his first. There's a couple different ways to look at it. Lake Central's doing some things very well and trailing by 13. And Pike hasn't had their best offensive game, and they're leading by 13. And that's going to be a foul on Lampley, which will be 2 shots,
That's
15 foul.
Important, Greg, the point you just made about the Indians doing some things very well. They are. Against a normal team, they'd be scoring because they're executing their half court, they're moving the ball sharply, they're cutting the basketball basket, and so, yeah, they're doing some things that's going to be successful against most other teams.
Geller does not get to the line often. He is now 3 of 5 on the season. He's got 5 points. Again, this is the only chance to get downstate during the regular season for Lake Central. And the other game that clearly gets your attention on their calendar is Crown Point. And they are both members of the Duneland Athletic Conference, are the 2 largest schools in that league. And obviously Crown Point has been knocking on the door for the last couple of years and just won the Hall of Fame Classic. They're as good as any team in the state. That game is February the 20th at Crown Point.
Now they have been knocking on that door, but I think they've kicked it open this year.
That's right. Throw it up top. And Hill slams it home. Both of his buckets have been of the most emphatic variety so far. Largest lead has been 15 for Pike. See if LC holds for one here.
Straight up man-to-man, you're probably going to see exactly the last shot.
That's Seps, yep, Bill Meyer. I think was expecting contact that never came. Lampley, to some degree, pulled the chair on him. Now the Red Devils can get a last look. Jeff T giving some instructions to TJ Davis. No fouls to give for Lake Central. Lampley takes a look at the clock, says it's go time. Does exactly that. Left hand made it look easy. Lampley was 7, and Pike will take their largest lead to halftime at 33-18. We'll take a quick timeout. Dave and I will come back and break down half number 1 as you're watching the Paul Loggan Memorial Invitational, and you're doing so on the ISC Sports Network. McCulling in time. Oh, no! It's good.
This one is caught.
There you go.
Wow, Dawson makes a great catch.
Spin, win, 3, bury it for Leland Walker.
Tie the game they do with the dunk by Malik Edmonds. What a play.
Oh my
I
goodness.
feel a little momentum starting to fall Lynn's way.
That in the air. Wrestler! Wrestler! Whoa!
Got the dunk, got the poster, and gets the highlights. Now he takes the look away, and he puts it away. And little volley, oh my goodness. What a touch for the goal. Stepped over by Lawrence North, and they'll score on it. Oh my goodness. Ball here. Harris scores. With 19 seconds remaining.
Fake players, big boy. I'm telling you right now, that's awesome. I love it.
That's the finish. You get a layup to take it. And an and one. 33-18 is our score. Pike leading Lake Central. Pike comes in at 5-1. Lake Central at 6-0. Greg Rakestraw, Dave Nicholson with you on the ISC Sports Network. I know this is your first chance to see Pike. What do you think?
Extremely, they've got all the ingredients. Extremely impressive. They've got the size, and they have the guard play, and Miller is an excellent guard. So they've got depth. Two brothers came off the bench and picked up 15 points, to give you an example of that. And I suspect, since they joined the ball club late, that they come off the bench. But I would say when the game's on the line for a title, they're going to be in the lineup. They're very good. They had 6 different people score for the Pike. I only have 4 people that's marked for Lake Central. And the size is a killer on them. Geller managed to get 7 points, 3 of those to free throw line. The couple of players that normally score for them, the defense is just shutting them out. Karantka hasn't scored. He averaged 18 points a ball game for the Indians. So not unexpected. The trap has been a killer for them on the half court. And when you get that much size trapping 2-on-1, particularly if they can get you on that sideline, you're pretty much helpless.
Pike again at halftime, leading Lake Central 33-18. We'll take this quick timeout. When we come back, and look at the first half highlights, and we'll roll through the first half stats as well and give you a quick nod towards Carmel and Jeffersonville. That again is our late game and can be seen on MyNDTV 23. One more time, Red Devils lead it by 15. We're back after this on the ISC Sports Network. McCulling in time. Oh, no! It's good.
This one is caught.
There you
oh,
go.
Wow, Dawson makes a great catch.
Spin, win, 3, bury it for Leland Walker.
Tie the game they do with the dunk by Malik Edmonds. What a play.
Oh my goodness.
I feel a little momentum starting to fall Ellen's way.
Wrestler! Wrestler! Whoa!
Got fouled, got the dunk, got the poster, and gets the highlights. Now he takes the look away, and he puts it away. And little volley, oh my goodness, what a touch for the goal. Jumped over by Lawrence North, and they'll score on it. Oh my goodness. Ball here. Harris scores. With 19 seconds left.
Fake players, big boy. I'm telling you right now, that's awesome. I love it.
That's the finish. You get a layup taken. And an and one. As the highlights fly by from half number one, here's a look at first half scoring. Very balanced for Pike. 8 for Jahari Miller, 8 for Kenneth Lampley, 7 for Landon Lampley, 4 for Isaiah Hill, 4 for Bo Washington, 2 for Ian Macon. TJ Davis, Aiden Woods, Tim Smith, Brennan Dokes all played but did not score. For Lake Central, 4 players that broke through. Noah Enyard had 8, Evan Geller had 6, 2 each for Jacob Billmeyer and David Aguilera. Cooper Cronky, Christian Martinez, and Rashid Shamsuddin all played but did not score. Obviously, turnovers a factor. 11 for Lake Central, 5 of those for Pike. In terms of free throws, Pike got to the line often. They shot 10, they made 6. Lake Central got there 4 times and made 3. Dave, if you are Coach Ryan Sexton of Lake Central, what are you stressing to your team at halftime?
You use it for just what he told me he was looking forward to. It's a learning game. They probably would tell you, yes, we think we can beat Pike before the game, but now they can go back and say, okay, if we can break this half-court press, we can, as I said earlier, we can beat anybody's half-court press. So they take it as a learning lesson. I don't think they get discouraged or let down. They come down, and I would think Coach will tweak a couple of things, how to attack that half-court press. Use it as an experiment a little bit. Every coach has something that any other team throws at them. If it's a half-court press, they've got a press breaker. And I think you'll see that. But as far as the offense, I don't think that Lake Central wants to speed up the game. They want to stay with a long possession, keep passing the ball till you get a shot, and then take the shot. I do think a couple of guys were hesitant there in the middle of the foul lane, but when you've got 6'11" and 6'6" on either side of him, you might not feel comfortable attacking them. But overall, I think it'll be a learning lesson, be a valuable experience. And I mentioned Coach Sexton. I didn't know till this week that is the son of Joe Sexton, a basketball legend at Pike High or at Tech High School. Went on then to be the assistant coach at Purdue for a long time, and then coached the Butler Bulldogs. So it's in the family.
No doubt about that. 33-18, Pike leading Lake Central. We'll take this quick timeout. Third quarter action from North Central comes your way next as you're watching on ISC. McCulling in time. Oh, no! It's good.
This one is caught.
There you
oh,
go.
Wow, Dawson makes a great catch.
Spin, win, 3, bury it for Leland Walker.
tie the game they do with the dunk by Malik Edmonds. What a play.
Oh my
I
goodness.
feel a little momentum starting to fall Ellen's way.
Wrestler! Wrestler! Whoa!
Warren wins it. Got fouled, got the dunk, got the poster, and gets the highlights.
Now he takes the look away and he puts it away.
Back at North Central, thank you to Andy Elkins, all of his great staff for having us out here. We have done this tournament now each of the last 6 years on the ISC Sports Network. Great to be a part of it yet again. In 6 games today, 6 games tomorrow here at North Central, featuring 6 girls teams and 6 boys teams. Tomorrow, a special treat. Now, as much as Dave enjoys working with me, all right, I'm not afraid to admit the person that Dave is most known for working with is Howard Kellman. And tomorrow, we have the Hall of Famer working with this year's Pacers Silver Medal Award honoree. Howard and Dave are back together starting at 11:45 tomorrow morning here on the ISC Sports Network.
Well, it was kind of you to hook that up. Howard and I had 32 years together on Channel 40, covered a lot of territory, and I know he's really looking forward to have a chance to call a couple of games.
Listen, if Phillip Rivers can come back and play at least 3 games, you guys can have at least 2 more games together. So Howard rejoins the crew tomorrow. Games 2 and 3. Rick Johnston and Jim Leisure will have game 1 for you. All the action starts tomorrow at 10. All streamed free. ISCSportsNetwork.com, IHSAATV.org, Twitter and YouTube, and another Lake Central turnover to start the second half.
Yeah, you don't want to come out of the locker room after you've talked about we're okay and turn it over on the first possession.
He'll probably force the issue a bit, though, on the other end. Anyard on the drive and got tied up cleanly. Yep, Dokes just got his hands in there. And we referenced the fact that Howard gets recognized at this year's Hall of Fame banquet. Brendan Dokes' dad was recognized at last year's Hall of Fame banquet, being on the silver anniversary team from his days of playing high school hoops in South Bend.
Now, Howard has called over 900 high school basketball games. And of course, his full-time gig is voice of the Indians for something like 1,000,000 years.
Close, yeah. Since the dawn of Western civilization, or the mid-'70s, one of the two.
Came here out of college in New York. He applied at every minor league baseball team in the country, had 2 interviews. One of them was in Annapolis. He got the job and never left.
Hill's taking a couple of shots and missed for Pike. But Pike has really gotten the job done defensively more than anything else in tonight's game.
Yeah, I've been impressed. When you have that much offensive talent on the floor, sometimes they don't take the defensive end quite as seriously, but Pike they have really pressured the basketball, and they have great length, and they're using that length with their arms, interfering with a lot of passes. It's just tough to operate against.
The 3 does not go, and again, that shot just has not gone as many times as Lake Central needs it to. At the other end of the floor, look-ahead pass for Aiden Woods, his first field goal. On the season, Lake Central makes about 7 threes a game, shoot 38% from 3. They've made 1 tonight. Bill Meyer, and Hill wipes it away. Dokes looks to go to work. And Dokes.
That's got to be offensive.
That is correct. Just got that off arm going, and frankly, Dokes can kind of overpower most guys guarding him.
Don't want to get in front of him.
No.
He's a big, strong young man. They extended that press to the full court now.
Washington guilty of the foul.
Went over the top and got part of the guy's head. But they're staying in that full court, 1-2, 1-1. They'll trap the ball as soon as it comes on court.
Second fouling, it's Washington. Lake Central came in averaging 64 points a game.
Another great learning opportunity for Lake Central to work against a full court press with a lot of length. That time they were well organized. They had the floor spaced well, moved the basketball.
Bill Meyer gets the bucket to go, his second field goal. He averages 13 a game. They have scored at least 50 in every game they have played. Their lowest scoring games against Gary Westside, their second win of the season. Miller reverses field. Good look, second time, got the foul.
Nice individual effort there by Miller to follow his shot. He came down on balance, went up and had the second attempt and drew the foul.
So Miller 3 of 5 from the line tonight.
He averages 16 points a game. I had him for 9 in the first half, so he's on target. He's only a junior. Hill's a junior. Lampley's a junior and a sophomore. I hate to even think about it. Pike might be even better next year.
We might be seeing them in the Hall of Fame Classic next year. Aguilera, good find. Bill Meyer all by his lonesome. No, but Hill couldn't hang on to it. Pike, after playing here the next 2 days, they turn around and play Friday night against Brownsburg. That is a sectional foe for them. Elbow shot does not go for Enyart.
That's the shot that's been there the whole game. That's the hole in the right to foul line I talked about. They were hesitant to take that shot in the first half, but they need to just let it go.
Heads up play by Washington. Win it down, just throw it where the nearly 7-foot guy can go get it. It wasn't a oot, but it works just the same. Hill gets his third field goal.
Nice press breaker.
And Dokes swats that one towards the roof. 13th Lake Central turnover. Pike has a trio waiting to check in. And the ball finds Dokes, and he finds a bucket. And all of a sudden, Coach, Pike is doubling up LC. It's 40-20.
That press wears on you. They're very effective with it. And they know how to trap, but the important thing, the use of the hands in the press, they have long arms, and they don't give you any daylight to release the pass.
Full timeout taken by Lake Central. We will take it with them. Back in a moment. Red Devils lead it by 20 on the ISC Sports Network.
McCulling in time. Oh, no! It's good.
This one is caught.
There you go.
Wow, Dawson makes a great catch.
Spin, win, 3, bury it for Leland Walker.
Tie the game they do with the dunk by Malik Edmonds. What a play.
Oh my goodness.
I feel a little momentum starting to fall Ellen's way.
That is Wrestler! Wrestler! Whoa!
Greg Rakestraw, Dave Nicholson with you here on the ISC Sports Network. Pike in control of Lake Central, 40-20. Again, thanks to Carlos Alarcon and Vince Morales. And a reminder, you can catch the next game between Carmel and Jeffersonville. Same place you're watching this one will be just fine, but prefer to watch over the television airwaves, you can do that too. We hit the airwaves on MyND TV coming up at 6:30.
All you can do if you're Coach Sexton and Lake Central is just say, hey, guys, don't worry about the score. Run our stuff, and let's see what we can do. It's not the end of the season. It's not the state tournament. So you can use it as a springboard into the second half.
Listen, if you see Pike again, if you're Lake Central, things have gone exceedingly well for the both of you, being the state championship game. The Lampleys have returned. This is Pike's largest lineup.
Great ball movement there.
Leads to a 3 by Aguilera. His first make of the day from three-point range. He came in 6 of 14.
Ball was reversed left side to right side. It was inside, outside, ended up with a nice look.
TJ Davis back in there for Pike as well. Lampley off the catch. Good job by Geller to keep Hill at bay. Lake Central trying to match maybe what a team did of their alma mater some 12 years ago. That's when Lake Central played for the 4A state championship. Ran into an awfully good Tech squad led by Trey Lyles. Geller's jump hook. Had to arc that one over Hill and couldn't get it to go. Of course, that Lake Central team led by eventual Butler Bulldog star Tyler Weidman. Foul called against Lake Central. Lake Central came in 22nd in the state in margin of victory, and one of 24 teams holding opponents to less than 40 points a game.
Well, the opponent's looking at 40 on the scoreboard. On the other side of the court, Pike's only giving up 57 points, and they're in great shape to maintain that defensive average tonight.
Now, Lake Central's going to get their money's worth on this trip, playing Pike and Carmel. Throw it up top and throw it down. When Flory Badunga was shooting 81% from the floor for Kokomo because most of his shots were above the rim. Hill of a similar ilk tonight. Of course, Flory these days at Kansas. That three is up and no good. Lampley off the catch. Pretty. Kenneth Lampley makes his second three. He's got 11. And the Pike offense starting to operate at full song, leading by 22. With 1:35 to go in the third quarter. And I think we have a foul away from the ball against Pike. Kenneth Lampley commits the foul, his second.
It's interesting, Landon Lampley has taken more threes, but tonight Kenneth has been very effective there. As you said, made two.
And the Lampleys connect. Kenneth finds Landon. And again, the balance of Pike is pretty impressive. They've got 4 players between 8 and 11 points currently, and another timeout taken by Lake Central. Again, of the full variety. And an 18 to play in the third quarter. Pike leads it by 24. Back after this on ISC. McCulling in time. Oh, no! It's good.
This one is caught.
There you go.
Wow, Dawson makes a great catch.
Spin, win, 3, bury it for Leland Walker.
Tie the game they do with the dunk by Malik Edmonds. What a play.
Oh my
I
goodness.
feel a little momentum starting to fall Ellen's way.
That in the air. Wrestler! Wrestler! Whoa!
Warren wins it. Got fouled, got the dunk, got the poster, and gets the highlights. Now he takes the look away, and he puts it away. Tonight's game presented in part by Chris Shields and Chris Shields Assigning Services. Chris is one of Indiana's top officials, responsible for the assignment of officials for many major events, including the Paul Loggan Memorial Invitational. Want to become an IHSA official? We need you. Scan the QR code on your screen now to find out how easy and rewarding it can be. Plus, your first-year license is free.
In watching this ball game, if you're going to compete against Pike, I believe you're going to have a big, strong guy and go down inside and challenge the Lampleys and Hill down there a little bit. If you don't have somebody that can take the pressure off the perimeter, it's going to be a long night. You may get a shot blocked time or two if you're big and strong down there. Take it down in there. For every block, I always told our guys, I'll take credit for the blocks. You go ahead and take the shots, you'll get fouled.
Enyart off the three, no. And the weak side glass controlled by Pike. Again, they have not had many chances to do that fast break, yet they still lead by 24.
Well, that's an example on Enyart. He averages 18 points a game. I only have him for 4 in the ball game. They're forcing him to do a lot outside.
Shot was blocked. Lampley got a piece of that. And again, where there are windows against others, those windows are shut against Pike.
So as we talked earlier, Greg, you can run the same stuff, Lake Central I'm talking about, and have success against a normal team.
Yep.
Pike is not a normal team, particularly when it comes to height.
On the duck in, Enyart. Jump hook over Lampley. Missed it. And then Lampley will lead the break. Nice find. Timmy Smith runs the floor and gets rewarded his first field goal.
Great body control there by Smith. He was almost off balance, but he had the sense to and the wherewith to stay with it and tip it in.
Well, it is clinic territory for Pike. They lead it 49-23 with 8 minutes left to go. Red Devils on their way to a 6-1 start to the season. Final 8 in game number 5 when we return on the ISC Sports Network. And that'll volley, oh my goodness, what a touch for the goal.
Kept though by Lawrence North, and they'll score on it.
Goodness.
Ball here. Harris scores. With 19 seconds left. Fake players, big boy. I'm telling you right now, that's awesome. I love it. Has to finish.
You get a layup to take it. And an and one. Back at North Central High School, Greg Rakestraw, Dave Nicholson with you again. Outcome of this one largely has been decided. Pike in control of Lake Central, 49-23. Again, if you're Lake Central, now you know where the bar is in terms of the best teams in the state. It will not be much easier against Carmel tomorrow, but this will be a valuable lesson learned. And again, goal number 1 for Lake Central in terms of who you got to match up with. You have to find a way to be better than Crown Point because they're not only in your same conference, they're in your same sectional number 1.
Good thing for Lake Central. I'm sure Coach Sexton would agree. They get to play tomorrow. They don't have to go back and break down tape and worry about that. And the players are happy too. They saw it up close and personal. They don't need to see it again.
They play at 11:45 tomorrow, or 10:45 Central Time up in the region.
But in my opinion, they are facing tomorrow one of the top teams in Indiana.
Agreed.
And Carmel.
Agreed.
We saw them the last time they played against North Central, and I had never seen a domination. That's the best game I've seen Carmel play in 2 or 3 years.
Aguilera makes 1 of 2. Again, Carmel has picked up the pace a little bit. And, yep, you can't do that. Can't grab the rim with one hand and play the ball with the other.
Well, it helps you get up there.
It does. I think Lampley felt a bump, which is why he grabbed the rim, but still you can't play the ball in that scenario.
Yeah, anybody wanting to watch tomorrow and watch the Carmel Ball Club, what Greg said is very important. You used to see them make 20 passes on every possession. Not now, not this year. They're speeded up, and the opportunity to run, they run. So it's kind of interesting that they've adjusted that.
Martinez will shoot 2 free throws after Lampley gets called for the foul. Martinez, leading scorer off the bench on a per-game basis at 6 points per game. It's been a 7-man rotation Coach Sexton has used tonight for Lake Central. Martinez had attempted 1 free throw on the season coming in and missed that one.
Well, if I was him, I'd say I'm shooting 100%. Not now, but he could. he is a good free throw shooter.
Martinez gets his first point. All by his lonesome. Corner three does not go, but Martinez trying to fend off Tim Smith, coming onto the rebound. And after tomorrow, Lake Central is off until next Friday. They open up Duneland play with Portage next week. Steal by Lake Central. Bill Meyer got it.
Miller made that play.
Lampley at the other end. Lampley to the bucket. Landon's got 11. Give Kenneth the assist. We're able to feature the other half of the Lampley family last Tuesday on the ISC Sports Network. Cross-state clash. Pike and LC's girls teams played in that. Pike playing Big Walnut out of Ohio. LC suffering a loss to Belleville. Fort Wayne Snyder a winner in that event too. Enyart turns, stripped, and then commits the frustration foul. Lake Central has reduced their turnovers in half number two, if you're looking towards the positives.
Still getting a lot of hustle on the court. Martinez hustling.
Catch and shoot for Lampley for three. If those are going for either Landon or Kenneth, good luck. 54-27. Well, simply put, Lake Central's record will not be as impressive after today. They're a better basketball team after today.
They will be. The players, I'm sure Coach Sexton will make the players understand that too. And I'm sure coming down here, he explained to them, we're going into some really tough competition, but we can grow from it, and we can improve from it.
Quinn Carter in for the first time. Quinn, a 6'2 sophomore. Enyart gets downhill. Lampley altered the shot and touched last by Carter.
That's the thing, the size and defensive Pike. They're causing shooters to change their shot. That normally would have been a nice touch shot off the bankboard, but when you've got the big defender there, you've got to do the little fade, which makes a much more difficult shot.
On the drive, Lampley cannot finish, as in Landon. And a full-on line change coming in for Pike. They got 5 new players about to check in. Martinez finds Enyart. Enyart finds a bucket. Noah gets double figures. He's got 10. And it's 54-29. Macon in the lane stripped. And ball thrown off of him. 8th Pike turnover. Pike may be able to charge admission to inter-squad scrimmages this year, because the 5 they're bringing in right now are pretty good too. I'll give David and Dave Paddock.
Pretty interesting in practice, I imagine.
Yeah. Kendra Champion McAloon, the ADs at Pike are in the corner of your screen right now watching today's game. And we'll make several visits to the northwest side of Indy as we get later in the year. Kind of started going through their schedule a few moments ago as Lake Central turns it over. Thrown away down low. By the way, 5 on the floor currently. Aiden Woods, Brennan Dokes, Isaiah Hill, Bo Washington, and Jahari Miller. Pike will play at Noblesville next week as Enyart misses. They will play at Fishers on January the 9th. Miller lays it up and in. Jahari now has 11. Again, Lampley's 14 is the most.
It's been quite a while since I've seen a ball club that has the depth that Pike has.
Dokes will throw it down. He's got 4. I think the only question is will this one officially get to the running clock territory or not? On the scoop and score, Martinez could not finish. And again, the Lake Central kids are kind of seeing shadows at this point. Three in the corner is good for Aiden Woods. He came in 3 of 7 from three-point range, 61-29 with 3.5 minutes left to go.
Some of these guys out there now for Pike off the bench are extremely valuable in the player development.
Enyart gets the three.
I'm sure they don't like coming off the bench, but they can make Pike a much better ball team and enhance their chances of a long tournament run if every day in practice they play like 100%.
Pike is looking to win their first sectional in 6 years and just their second since 2015. Tyler Brown will check in. Torres Banks will check in as well.
Back in the 80s, 90s, Pike had quite a tradition in sectional tournament. They came out to the Hamilton County tournament and played the sectional at Carmel and Noblesville. And they won state championships by going that route.
Pocket picks and a steal and a score. Bucket is good by Aiden Woods. He's got 7, 17th Lake Central turnover. Now Pike won 2 of the first 3 4A championships in 98 and 2000 respectively. Won it again in 2003. Finished as the runners-up to Gary Westside in 2002. Made the championship game in 2012 as Martinez. That's the last time they made it. That was when R.J. Hunter was the star player for Pike. And a timeout taken by Jeff Teague. It'll be a full timeout, and we will step aside as well. 29-point lead for Pike. 2:34 left to play. From North Central, you're watching on the ISC Sports Network.
Brewer jams it home.
That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net.
A little fireworks in the first half.
Throw it up for Tillman.
Oh, my goodness.
122-60 for Penn. What a swim. 6 of them. Shot at the buzzer. Got it! She got it! Oh my goodness, what a shot!
Brady.
Hello.
Did it again.
Hello.
Made the highlight reel again. That goes to Mentor and all kinds of room to run. Down the middle of the field, and he will not be touched. Jackson, hello! There we go.
Stokes throws it, caught, ball ricochets.
Wow.
A huge hit.
Wow.
This has been an amazing display of goal scoring.
Tonight's game presented in part by the Paul Loggan Foundation, which gives give back to Washington Township by providing valuable resource to all athletic teams, is dedicated to supporting student athletes and enhancing athletic opportunities across the district. Be sure to attend this year's Paul Loggan Invitational. It continues on tomorrow. The Paul Loggan Foundation, honoring Coach Logan's legacy and bringing our community together. Lake Central kind of extending their bench a little bit here, and frankly Pike again because they play 10 or 11. You know, they've kind of played their guys already.
See Doug Mitchell sitting down at the end of the court. Doug had a lot of success here as a coach of the Panthers.
Frankly, he is here at most games. You know, even though it's still been crazy to think, it's been a handful of years since he's been the head coach here. Taken away by Lake Central. 10th Pike turnover. And a foul against Lake Central, and love the sportsmanship by Banks to offer the hand up. On the drive, it's Smith, the corner three, got it. Not bad when your 10th guy is knocking down a corner three, huh?
That's just what I was thinking. They've got guys that haven't seen a lot of minutes tonight, but they're good players.
Cameron Alexander in there for Lake Central. The slip. Shot missed, but foul committed by Ian Macon. And free throws coming up for Lake Central. This will be Tyler Brown, who is a 6'4" freshman. Will shoot his first 2 free throws of his high school career.
Nice little two-man play there with Macon running the, I call it the pick and roll. They call it the pick and slip.
And Brown connects. Make one, miss one. Pike just kind of slowly put the vice on Lake Central in tonight's game. Led by 15 at halftime, and frankly have not been seriously challenged in half number 2. Brown gets the uncontested bucket. Well, I think Lake Central will avoid the running clock territory, but obviously they'll have an L on their side of the equation for the first time this year. Both teams will walk out of here 6-1. Again, Pike will play Park Tudor tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. as Smith fires again and connects again. Lake Central plays Carmel. And then Jeffersonville will take on North Central in our third boys game tomorrow. Jeff has Carmel coming up next. Dave and I have that one at about 6:45, and that's a foul. Banks commits said foul.
I got to think Coach Jeff Teague is pleased tonight, not only in the fact of the score, but he's had so many of his players get involved. And I didn't see a big drop-off when he brought guys off the bench. They still hustled. It didn't matter if they were ahead 15 or 20 or whatever.
And their talent level is pretty unmatched. And obviously Washington is content, if allowed, to kind of pound the pavement, wear this one out, and head to the locker room. In a game where Pike trailed in the first quarter, led at the end of one, and never trailed again. Your final score here in the Paul Logan Memorial Invitational: Pike 69 and Lake Central 37. Again, tonight's game presented in part by the Paul Logan Foundation, honoring Coach Logan's legacy and bringing our community together. We will end this one to give our crew a breather, knowing our next broadcast begins in 17 minutes with the start of the Carmel and Jeffersonville game over on My Indy TV 23. So for Dave Nicholson, this is Greg Rakestraw. Good night, or, well, just goodbye temporarily from North Central. Pike wins and wins big. You've been watching on ISC.